name myself. We are in the game. Yo, King Kicks, what's up with you, bro? Appreciate you pulling up, man. About to get into this Wrestlemania noise. You did. Just finished Who Has the Heat battle for tonight, man. If y'all didn't watch that just now, bro, go check it out. It was definitely going down in that joint, man. Like, for real. That heat wasn't no joke. No, I don't want you to pick that up. Turn that down. Turn that down. I was watching WrestleMania the whole show, man. I don't know if anybody could tell. Chaotic, what up, G? Boy, hey, boy, you got to train your folk, boy. You got to train them, man. You got to train them for real. Shout out to Tops, man. Shout out to Mo Unboxed App, man. Shout out to both of them. That was crazy. Shout out to the chat. All that it just went down. I should be there live, so I'm watching with some mixed feelings. Hey, Shoes Up, man. You trying to get on, man? I'll send you the link, bro. You know, because I'm gonna have to keep the stream quiet anyway. So shit. If you want to hop on, man, just let me know. It's not, yeah, you know, I feel like about the show, man, without it having a crowd, I think I won't say that it's better, but it's more like you really get to see a match for what it's worth. Like, we watch wrestling our whole lives with a crowd, and to finally see it without one, it's like a true test of is this really entertaining, man. I mean, Goldberg just got squashed by Braun Strowman, which is cool. I appreciate Goldberg losing after how they did the Fiend, but you know, Braun that's gonna be short-lived, man. They gonna strip him in a heartbeat. Now you got this Taker and AJ Styles. And it's like, bruh. I hate to say it, man, but I'm tired of seeing the Undertaker, man. Top 3, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, without a doubt. Top 3. Love the fact that they're doing a graveyard match, man. Love that too. But I don't want to see Harley Davidson leather jacket Undertaker. I don't want to see Undertaker with the coat no more, man. I don't want to see Undertaker. Oh, all right, bro. I just dropped the link in the chat, dog. Make it easy for everybody. Like, I appreciate Taker, man, all the time. It's my dog, but I'm tired. I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of seeing him, you know, at this point. But it is what it is, man. He's not 105. He's not 105, man, but he old, bro. He old for real. But this should be a pretty interesting match, man. I really wanted to see this mainly because this is Undertaker Cuddy bleeding. That wasn't expected. But I really wanted to see it because this is a WrestleMania with no edits, no none of that. This is like Vince McMahon's pure creation. You're not gonna see no improv. You're not gonna see none of that. And I think that's why I really wanted to see it, to see what Vince could do on his own without the.
It is going to be kind of crazy seeing how this all plays out, because
for sure.
Even so far, it's felt like matches that you would see on Raw, like in the middle of it. You know.
Indeed, I was shocked that they started out with Becky Lynch and what's her face, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you starting out with that?
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, because I thought they'd do like one title, maybe the women's title one night, men's title next night, something like that.
Well, like, what's next? we're still going. So, like, what's tomorrow?
Yeah, and then maybe like the women's tag match could have started. You know, I don't know, but not that.
Yeah, definitely. So now you got the Brock match, now the Taker match. You run out of options. You got Fiend Cena, Roman ain't showing up. Like, you just put all your ducks on the show, and if it's a match after this.
Like, because honestly, like when the Goldberg and Strowman match was over, I was like, okay, I guess that's it. And then I looked at the clock. I'm like, wait a second. It's like, no, this can't be. So what's next? Yeah,
I was telling Camera Lady earlier. I was like, man, they're gonna have to split it like a 3-hour show. Ain't no way they're gonna go to 11 or midnight both days. Ain't no way.
And really, there's no reason for this to be 2 nights because they would normally have all kinds of performances, all kinds of long video packages, these huge entrances.
Facts. All the backstory and all that.
And like when you're, because the thing is like when you're there, like you see like that's when you really see how long this stuff takes. Because it's like one match will be over, and then the next one you're reeling out this big old box of bootios. They're doing all this. I'm just like, it kind of takes away from all the magic of it in some ways to see it live, but it's cool to be in that arena, you know.
You know what I hate most about going to the live events above everything.
What's that?
I don't mind seeing the setup and all that. I hate seeing the cameraman. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, I could see that, and like stuff is just happening in the ring, and you know you can sit there and you can talk to whoever you're next to, but like even though I don't care to hear the commentators all the time, it's weird when you don't hear them.
It's definitely worth it. You appreciate it much more on the back end, like just hearing it in general. I totally agree with that for sure.
It's like, what was it? During the Undertaker and was it the Roman Reigns match? I think that was the one. I think that was the one where like JR did the commentary for it. And what's that?
I said probably, yeah.
Yeah, and I had seen JR the night before, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't really get into any details, but I'll probably be, you know, working tomorrow night, you know, just as a hint." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so I was like, "Man, that's cool to know that he's going to be there, but it's not going to do anything for me."
For sure, I'm not gonna hear him. You can't hear it. Hey, man, you be out there, man. You living your best wrestling life, like for sure. Well, they made this a movie. It's a movie now.
This is like. What was it, like the Wyatt family did something like this with the New Day a while ago?
I might have missed that one.
No, it was like years ago, like long time ago. But this is
the Colt's about to execute the Undertaker.
What is going on here? Wonder if Mayor Kane is going to show up.
I'm wanting to see somebody. I know Paul Bearer ain't coming. I do know that for sure.
Something's about to happen. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you just turned on your disciples, I guess. Where'd AJ go? The OC was out there. Oh, there they go. All right, they're back.
Did they just disappear?
They rolled away. You know what the little putty people used to do on Power Rangers? Just roll out the screen. That's what they was doing.
You hit him in the chest and that's it.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, AJ Styles and the Undertaker got a graveyard match. Okay. Camera lady over here beside me watching John and T-Pain on IG Live. I'm trying to chime in.
So weird to me. It would. This is something that I would have expected, like maybe when I started watching wrestling, you know, and like Undertaker's like he's been ambushed at his home or something. But
yeah, for sure. This could
or maybe in his morgue, I guess, or
a Halloween match or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah. I mean, I get they're trying to, you know, differentiate some things because their hands are kind of tied in some cases, but
you hit them with a tombstone.
No. What is going on here, though?
Man, this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really sure what I'm watching.
No, it's like that was how I felt the whole time I was I've been watching this.
Yeah, see, I couldn't give 100% of my attention to it because I was doing the sneaker battle.
Right.
I caught what you call it falling off that ladder. That was crazy. But the Becky match, I caught that too. I caught some glimpses of stuff here and there, but now being fully able to focus on it, like this is mainstream television or something. They should show this as its own TV show or something.
Yeah. Have you watched any of like Raw or SmackDown lately with the empty arenas?
It ain't really been much to watch. I tried to tune in to catch the real matches, but I ain't watched none of the replays because I seen all that.
Yeah, because like I checked it out. Like the first one was a SmackDown that I watched, you know, because I wanted to see like what it was like. It was weird, to say the least. And then when I watched Raw, well, some of Raw the next Monday or whatever, they showed like the whole Royal Rumble match or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so they're not going to try to fill out the whole 3 hours. They're just going to put up like maybe half an hour worth of actual stuff and then show some old stuff.
Yeah. I caught that AEW when Hardy debuted. I caught that one, but I missed the one the next week.
Oh yeah, that was. I kind of wish they were doing real shows so I could see what they were planning to do with everybody and everything.
For sure.
I mean, when they brought back Jake the Snake, I was like, okay, this is. I mean, I know he's not wrestling, but still, it's Jake the Snake. So.
He needs to chill, man. He needs to chill. It's good to see him though, but he needs to chill, like for sure.
Man, this is
Undertaker's mortal. That's what they're trying to do now.
I guess because he's kind of doing his. He's got his. I don't know, like the persona right now. It's like a mix of when he was. Remember when he was riding around on the motorcycle?
Yeah, American Badass or whatever they was trying to do with that.
It's like a little bit of that, and a little bit of just kind of his old school thing because he had like the cloak people out there.
Yeah. I guess I'd rather him go out like this than how he tried to go out the first time when nobody really paid him any attention.
And he's got a ponytail, I guess.
So yeah, a whole ponytail. A whole ponytail. Yo, when I watched the video today with that box label, man, I was dying. Man. That shit was hilarious.
Like, what is... I mean...
He should cut it, man. He should cut his ponytail off as part of the match.
Oh, now it's giving him the finger.
This the death of the Undertaker is what I'm watching. He gonna run him over with the John Deere.
Man, like if you told me like this time last year, this is what WrestleMania would be like oh, there's no way.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, you could have said that this time last month and I wouldn't have believed it.
Oh, he fell in the grave. Yeah, no way. No way. The soap opera, WWE. All it took was a shovel.
No, now he's got the shovel. I think the last live event I saw, I think that was in Charleston. Is that the Performing Arts Center or something like that?
Really?
Yeah, it was when was that? 2018?
You've been to all the events every year. Every last one.
Man, because I tried to. It was 2015. I tried to go to all the big four. I missed SummerSlam though. But I mean, I won't say I really missed it, but I wasn't there. It didn't look too good from what I remember.
For real. Didn't expect that. That was clever. He ain't tired no more, man. He got him a Gatorade, hit the oxygen mask a little bit. Back in the game.
This is like that Hardy comment.
What did you say?
Oh, okay. No, mine might be just a little behind because I just saw him like teleport or whatever, basically.
Oh, I'll wait for it. I don't want to ruin it for you. Okay. My bad.
No, it's cool. Don't even worry about it.
I got kicked said he remember going to the Charleston Civic Center back in the day in the 90s and seeing Flair, Sting, and Ultimate Warrior the good old days. Double E, what up, bro? He said, man, F that WrestleMania. They called the police on AEW.
And AEW has a good thing going, though.
Yeah, we used to have
no one has anything going right now.
Yeah, for real. I think AEW need a couple big dudes though, man. I mean, they got a couple regular sized big dudes, but they need if they could get like some agile big men over there. I think that'd be crazy.
I mean, they got Luchasaurus is their best big dude, but Lance Archer is probably their like most fiercest big dude. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Like the one where you see him and you're like, okay, this man is about to hurt somebody.
Definitely. That's what you need, man. You know, that really drives the show. Well, not drive the show, but
yeah. But it just because they don't have any other big people, like really, I mean, it kind of sucks because like they can't have those big man matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it'll come, man. I think for them starting out, they're doing a hell of a job.
Oh yeah, I mean, they just had their first televised like week, what's it called, national TV show or whatever, like in October.
Indeed.
That was only like 6 months ago, something like that.
Damn, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna wait for it because I can't say shit right now. I can't say shit. But we used to have a gym around the corner where we used to play basketball at, and Ricky Steamboat used to teach a class in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. And I got his autograph at my mom's house, picture and stuff. But seeing him on TV back in the day, you know, he looked kind of big. He never looked huge, but then I seen him in person. He was small. And I was like, oh, that hurt, man. That hurt my feelings. I thought everybody in wrestling was giants.
Yeah, it does seem that way because there have been some people that I've seen where it's like you look at now. Some people have looked bigger than I expected. You know, like Jericho. I thought he was like a smaller guy because he used to be. I guess because when I got into watching him, he was a smaller guy because this was like the late '90s.
Indeed.
But I saw him. It's like 2013, 14 was the first time I saw him. And I was like, man, this dude's got some size to him.
For sure. Like,
then I've seen some people like you see like the Big Show. I've seen him from a distance. And he's still huge.
Yeah, he's big. We went to a house show one time, and you remember that was probably about 10 years ago now when they were pushing that big Russian dude, and he was riding that undefeated streak. I keep wanting to call him Kozlov or something, but that wasn't his name.
I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, he used to wear the red trunks or whatever, and he'd come out there. And Triple H beat him at the house show. And then the next match was Big Show in a cage, and they broke the cage. They broke it, man. I was like, yo, I'm done with house shows, man. I'm over it. But it was cool, man. No intros, no nothing. They just walked out. They played the music, and they just walked out.
That's the thing about the house shows. Like you get some good value for your money though, because like
for sure.
You don't have to spend as much, and you can. I mean, I got super close, and I probably spent like $30, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just match after match after match. None of this. Oh, let's show you what happened on SmackDown. Nope, they just minus that 20-minute intermission.
Indeed, we're just gonna get to it. We're gonna get in and get out.
And what is about to happen now? This is.
I got something very interesting on my screen.
That you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to pause this joint so we on the same wavelength over here. No, I'll wait to the next. Probably ain't gonna be no next match. I doubt. Yeah. They went through this whole.
It looks like because where I'm at, it's probably like a minute or two behind you because Undertaker just picked up AJ off the ground, grabs him, he's got like for a choke slam.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying something, but got the volume a little lower so I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah. What?
They still going?
I heard this still going.
Yo, hey man, on some of these older reactions that I do, man, when she be in the background talking, man, she be going in. Like she hated wrestling when I first met her. Now she a low-key fan, but don't want to admit it.
See, that's how so my mom's like throughout when I was in high school, she thought it was stupid that I watched wrestling. Even later, when I would go to the event, she's like, why do you go to that? But what was it? WrestleMania in Orlando that year. She's like, oh, well, where's WrestleMania going to be? Maybe one of these times I'll have to go and see what this is about. So she came down with me, and we went to the NXT show. That was her first day getting there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the first match, like 2 minutes into it. She's on the edge of her seat, can't get enough of it.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, she was sold from that moment through the whole weekend. Yeah. And then they get to the WrestleMania, and you know how they come out there and they're like, hey, don't forget to come back next year and see us wherever we're going to be.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, they're going to be in, what was it, New Orleans? I went to Essence Festival over there. I know that area. Let's go, Tristan. I'm like, yeah. Whoa, Mom. Like, okay.
You want me to say no?
All right. Yeah, sure. Let's go to WrestleMania, what, 34? Oh,
it's got his name on it. He had time to do all that.
He's dumping all the sand on him.
Oh, damn, man. You way behind. Shit.
Really? How far behind am I? Where's my remote?
My dad, man, he put me on at an early age, man. It was like, in my house, if you didn't know what was going on, you was gonna know, because he was not giving up the TV for you to watch whatever the hell you wanted to watch. So you had to get in. And Ric Flair's got a house, and had a house. I don't know if he still got it. He had a house in Winston-Salem, and he took me with him when I was a kid. He's like home improvement. He was fixing stuff in the house. So Ric Flair was there, and a bunch of these other wrestlers, and I thought they all hated each other in real life, but that wasn't the case, because they were all in Rick's house. And I was like, what? And, that's when I realized that everything was already planted and plotted out and all that. But just seeing them dudes was incredible, man. It was a ton of people over there. Like, it was wild.
That had to be crazy though, like in like, I guess the 80s, 90s, whatever, before like really like, the secrets got out and all that.
Yeah, it was like 90, 93, 94-ish. Very early.
What is it? I listen to Jim Cornette on YouTube every now and then, because he has his own channel. And he just
Jim is crazy, man.
Just rants. And it's like he just hates everything, but he's got sometimes he has some valid reasons.
Yeah.
But like he'll talk about it. It's like he remembers everything down to the day. It's like, yeah, I remember when we were in Kentucky in '84 when we went to here.
I was working with Young John Billy and Joe Jeff Gator.
Well, he used to work at the Waffle House over here in Shreveport. and he'll just say like, yeah, so and so was the big bad guy at the time. He got stabbed in the crowd once. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Now they're on this McIntyre thing.
Hey, I can't, man. He's gonna kill Brock tomorrow, man.
Man, he definitely got screwed this year.
You think so?
I mean, I only say it just from the perspective of like working however many years to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? To headline WrestleMania, and now WrestleMania is more or less shut down.
Definitely.
Because he had the perfect story. Like he got injured in NXT, left for a while, came back. He was one of the few people who moved to the main roster and didn't have terrible things happen.
For sure.
I mean, even Asuka has been mostly garbage, and I liked her,
Since that loss, man, it's been horrible for her. I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah, like I don't get it. It's like when people spend all this time in NXT and build up whatever legacy, like Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, all these other people, all you have to do is just ride that out and just put some new people in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it's like, let's start over. It's like, what?
Definitely. I just don't understand. Like, I'm still so upset about the Fiend losing to Goldberg. Like, I am too pissed about that.
That was like, I mean, if their whole thought was like that they wanted him to go on and fight Cena and the title not be in the picture, I mean, okay, but if it was like, oh, well, lose it to him so he can lose it to Roman, it's like, okay, that is just a waste of time.
Indeed, for sure. That's just
like nobody is asking for that.
Yeah, I would have much rather seen the Fiend versus Cena in a title match. It makes more sense. It's WrestleMania. Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Right, because especially if Cena isn't around regularly, like that win is going to be that much bigger. Because it's like, because if you go into a title match with Cena, a lot of people are going to be thinking like Cena's likely going to win, because like it's not surprising. But if he came out on top, though,
indeed, that would have been the perfect spin. And if he wasn't over with everybody by now, he definitely would have been over after that, like super over.
I mean, because he was good. I mean, minus that Hell in a Cell thing, because that was you see that
the first red light match.
Oh man, okay, I forgot about that part of it, but that was terrible all on its own.
I actually did a stream on that one on the channel, man. Man, it was horrible.
Yeah, because that's when I was still back in Korea. So then, like, what is it? Right now it's 11 a.m. Sunday there. So that stuff would come on when I was at work and stuff. So I missed most things, but I remember seeing that. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe they'll turn this light off once the match gets going. Nope. Then they ended on a DQ.
Yeah, like, they hit him with the Beetlejuice sledgehammer. They called the match. Like, so this unstoppable man loses to Goldberg on some regular power moves, man. Like, that's what we doing. Like, come on, man. That hurt. That if I was Bray, I don't know what I would have did, but I would have been pissed.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I know there'll be people who say, like, well, you don't need the belts all the time. It's like, and you don't, but how you lose them, that definitely matters.
It definitely, for sure.
Because, like, what was it when I saw Mick Foley doing his little comedy thing? He was like, yeah, you know, I know I lost the match, but, you know, I'm Mick Foley, so I just lose matches a lot. And I'm like, man, you did lose a lot, didn't you?
He did. Cactus Jack lost a lot too.
But like usually, like in the process of him losing, he was like putting some people over in a major way, though.
For sure, he definitely had some great movements.
Because like I mean, I've watched matches in the past that, you know, like they're really good, and I'll forget who wins or loses. Because you just want it, because you just know that it's something quality worth watching.
Yeah, you at the end of the day, you know that your wins and losses don't really matter, but I mean they matter, but not, you know, it's not at some point you're gonna forget that shit. But
I mean, if it's like, you know, when you're building up the story, you know, you have like, okay, well, Shawn lost this match, then the Undertaker won that match, then he was about to win this one, and Kane came in, and now there's all this going on. You know, they matter in that way when you're kind of setting some stuff up, I guess. But nowadays, at least on here, somebody can go out there, lose the first match of Raw, lose every week after that, and like they'll still keep talking about him like they're somebody.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. There's this I see it every now and then. It's called WWE Stats. It's on Twitter.
Oh no, I ain't seen that.
And they made a post a while ago where it was like, Shelton Benjamin hasn't won a match in the last 10 years that he's been on Raw. It's like, wait a second. That can't be right.
That's crazy.
But it is.
I believe it, man. These guys get lost in the sauce, and Vince McMahon takes being a jobber to a whole nother level, man.
Like you said, I mean, Kurt Hawkins was the only person who like they made something out of it with. But everybody else, it's just like you look at these people, and it'll be people that people are getting behind. It's like, man, this is Cesaro. He's pretty good. And then he just goes out and loses a bunch of times.
I just don't get the point of pushing them to the moon just to deflate them at the wrong time. Let them deflate when it plays out. You know, you Kofi was short-lived and Bray was short-lived, and it's like, man, what are
and that's the thing. Like Kofi had a good thing going. Like, you know, when they built him up, he won. He had some pretty good defenses with like Randy Orton and Bryan and whoever else.
Yeah, putting all that together was great.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like, well, no, we need Lesnar to be champ because we're going to be on Fox, and you know, let's have some big star power. It's like, and he lost like so terribly, you know.
For sure.
If they had at least given him like some build up to like a pay-per-view match, and then it was good. All right, maybe.
Yeah, it's. I don't know where I really stand on wrestling entertainment in 2020, man. It's like a 50-50 with it. Some days I hate it, some days I love it. And
yeah, it's That's the thing, because I mean, if they're just trying to get people talking about it, okay, sure. But if they're trying to please the fans, they are falling a little short.
Way short. Way short.
I mean, AEW at least is like, it's entertaining, you know, for what it is. They got some different characters on there. It's not all 100% where it could be, but again, it is essentially brand new because they've only been, I don't know, it's been a full 6 months yet.
I'm having a hard time really getting into AEW. I like watching the talent. I like seeing the matches, but the storylines haven't grabbed me yet.
No, they have not done so great. I mean, the Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, that story that they had going on, building up to them fighting each other and then becoming a tag team.
Yeah,
that one was good, right? But it seems that since they're kind of letting everybody sort of do their own thing, not really micromanaging too deep down, that it seems like when some people's stuff doesn't work out, it might mostly be their fault.
Definitely.
So, and honestly, like that would kind of like, if I was one of those people, it'd make me think, okay, you know what? Let me go and ask like Jericho or Cody or some of these older people, like Dean Malenko's there, like, hey man, like, what do you think I should do? Because like I'm thinking this, but it doesn't seem to be getting over right, you know? Because they at least have the people on their side.
Yeah, I've always wondered, like, what happens in these writers' meetings. Like, I'd love to be a fly on the wall sometimes and just.
Was it? I was listening to the Chris Jericho podcast because the guy that used to be, he's Brody something now, but he was Luke Harper, yeah, and he was saying that like he would go to Vince with ideas and he'd pretty much get the ideas that it's like, okay, he's hand him some papers or whatever. So, oh yeah, cool, I'll look at these on the plane, and knowing very well that that paper might not leave his desk, you know, and then he'd go ask people later, and it's like, because he said at some point he called Vince. And Vince was like, oh, well, why aren't you in the Royal Rumble? He's like, I can't answer that. Like, that's you, you know?
Don't ask me where I'm supposed to be. Like,
yeah. It's like, I wasn't booked for it. Like, it's like, oh, okay, we can change that. It's like, but basically, it's like, and from what he was pretty much saying in the podcast is what a lot of people believe is that when you want to leave, they just try to give you more money to make you stay. Just so you aren't putting eyes somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a ton of people on roster that you don't even need. Like, Zack Ryder's still on the payroll. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we still paying Zack Ryder? Like,
I feel like Zack Ryder's YouTube channel is more successful than his like whole career he's had.
Probably is.
Overall, anyway. I mean, he's had his moments, like Dolph Ziggler, right? He's had his moments.
For sure.
But it hasn't been like a sustained, like, main event level, or even, I get that not everybody's main event level, but some people are at least, like, solid, like, in the middle, you know? Like, you have, like X-Pac or whatever. He was never going to be in the main event.
For sure.
But he could always be in, like, the European, intercontinental level.
Smaller range. He always had that little cult following, and he was clicked up. So, you know,
right?
You could do that. You could do that for sure.
But it's just not everybody has that.
Yeah, I think at some point, you know, everybody hits some type of wrestling purgatory. But you know, you don't sit there for like 10 years though. So you get the fuck out of there. Like,
yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, because like some like dude was saying in the podcast, he's like, I could have signed like a huge contract and just been there, just at home, probably getting paid. But he's like, I wanted to do what I like doing, and so I had to leave. It's like, all right, well, you can't argue with that. You know, if you train your whole life to be a wrestler.
Indeed. Matt Sullivan just said the Taker match felt like a movie. Very well done.
I mean, it did look good, you know, like the presentation of it, you know.
I'm gonna have to watch that again, because looking at it, it's more of a what's the word I'm looking for, man? I can't say a drama, I can't say a soap opera, but I'm just not used to seeing those cinematics and stuff in a match.
Yeah, like,
it doesn't, you know,
like I said, there was the New Day versus the Wyatt family, like their little, where they went to Bray Wyatt's home and they had like a big 3-on-3 battle. And that was on Raw maybe a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And other than that, when Matt Hardy was in Impact and they had the final deletion, that was like a whole episode of just like a movie, right? But it's probably like their best episode that they ever did and probably ever will do. So when you do that kind of thing, it can work. It's just with this, I think what may have thrown it off, and I don't know how it went over with the internet or whatever, but when you look at something like that, it's like if people have already watched like a handful of matches that just kind of took the energy out of them, it sometimes doesn't matter what you do after that. They're already kind of mentally checked out.
Fight back. It's hard to fight back from. But like I would love to see, you know, how everybody streams it and, you know, people are watching and they're going to tell you next week how many people watch Mania and all that.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing, you know, since they can't have crowds, and I don't know how they could pull this off, but I would have loved to see like people at the house just chilling, because I mean, you know, somebody's going to do something crazy. But if there was a way to like filter that and you could see people's real reactions and, you know, when they look at the crowd, it's actually people.
Because like the only thing that they could do is if people were watching and like recording themselves and like putting it on like Instagram stories or Twitter or whatever, and they just pull in those videos. But at the same time, like I kind of feel like people weren't getting that reaction anyway, you know?
I would have loved to seen it though, just to know, just to confirm like what.
Right now, it would have been interesting if they showed a bunch of people like I was just kind of sitting here, look at YouTube for a minute and like look up and like, what is Alexa Bliss trying to do right now? And then just look back there. You know, if it's just like that, people all across the world, it might have the wrong effect.
For sure. I mean, that's definitely how the first half of the show was for me, for sure, just off and on. But
yeah, because I was looking at it because like some friends of mine were watching, they were like kind of, it was in a little group chat thing, whatever. I'm just like, I'll talk to them for a minute and look up and like, man, I'm kind of curious what the game plan is here, you know? I will say there was I would like to rewatch the Kofi Kingston and Morrison and Uso match though.
Yeah, I caught some flashes of it, but I didn't see it. I definitely need to go back and watch that. I need to watch that ladder match over too.
Let's see, when the scene was. I see this message a few minutes ago from Alan Rodgers saying that he fell off of wrestling years ago and back when Cena was the champ, and if we would recommend him getting back into it. I mean,
that's a tough one to answer.
Yes and no. Like wrestling overall, there are some good things out there, but you got to look for it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my answer. Like if you're talking just what we watched here tonight, that is, well, what's your free time looking like? You know? Like, do you have anything else that you should be doing?
For sure. Okay. You might want to do it. I mean, my opinion is pretty much the exact same. Like if you're a true fan and you want to see people currently or whatever, and you followed people in their careers, then you know it might be something beneficial for you to see. But if you're looking for something to top the Attitude Era or something like that, then no.
Oh yeah, that's not happening. Like, and people keep saying, oh well, you know, the Attitude Era wasn't really that great. You know, they didn't do this. It was too edgy. It's like, no, like there's a reason that people keep saying, oh, I wish the Attitude Era was still around, right? They don't say that because it was bad. Like maybe in some ways it was, but like it was doing a lot of things right though too.
Yeah, everybody was watching it. Kids, adults,
yeah,
between men, women. That was a legitimate movement, man.
I mean, I get if you want to like have people that play to different demographics or whatever. Like maybe you have, like, what's that name? His name Santino.
Morella, Santino.
Yeah, like maybe you want to have him to play towards like the younger crowd because it's kind of like funny or whatever. Then maybe you want to have somebody else that's maybe you got Heavy Machinery playing to a certain crowd. You just have enough people on the roster. You don't have to say, all right, no, we're just going to be PG all together and just everybody's going to do level out here. It's like it just doesn't work,
Indeed, I think that a lot of the older stuff, pre-Attitude Era, is still better than today with even WCW or WWF on the come up. I think all that's still better than what's popping off right now. And what's going on right now isn't bad. It's just not what it was. Like
right. And even that, because so I was somewhat late to wrestling. Like I remember being a small child and like going to my friend's house and he had all the toys, so that's how I knew some of the names. But I didn't start watching for myself till the later 90s. But when I got into it, it was during the summer and I was back in Iowa like for the summer or whatever. And there was one of those really cheap VHS rental places or whatever nearby. So they had a whole bunch of tapes, and for $1, I could rent it for like 3 days. So I went through like this whole bunch of shelves, right? Watching like pretty much every SummerSlam or Survivor Series or whatever from 80 something up through the mid 90s. And so now I look back at some of that stuff, and you see like the Bret Harts in there, like, that kind of sticks with you. You see the Junkyard Dogs in there, and that'll stick with you. Indeed. You see all this stuff, and now I look at it and it's like, who's going to have that staying power later? For sure. What are people seeing right now that they're going to be talking about in 20 years?
Definitely. I was having a conversation with my nephew maybe a week ago, and he was like, pretty much the same discussion about the Attitude Era and all of this. And he was like, Stone Cold's my favorite wrestler. Stone Cold's definitely in my top 3. But I was like, you like Stone Cold and you like everything Attitude Era past, but you didn't see Stunning Steve Austin. You didn't see that with the long blonde hair and looking like a Steiner and shit. You didn't see that. And he was like, what? And so I started sending him pictures, and he was like, who is this? And I was like, that's your boy, that's your goat.
Yeah,
you missed that. And he was like, oh man, I ain't know none of that. And I was like, that's why sometimes, man, you just got to reach back. That's why the same weight may not apply depending on everybody goes through their wrestler transition, who you
right.
So, but it's nice to see that and how everybody from that era just kind of came together and changed the whole wrestling outlook, period. Like,
yeah, they definitely did. And what Alan Rogers is saying here is like he loved when SmackDown and Raw were going at it. That was during the time frame when I kind of like fell out of the picture, but I heard that like SmackDown when they had like Benoit and Guerrero and Edge was like coming up to the main event, I heard they were destroying whatever Raw was doing, but that's Heyman running it too.
It was lit, man. It was like a lot of people say SmackDown's an A show now, but off and on throughout the years, man, SmackDown's been showing out.
When they did the brand split in 2016, or maybe it was 17. Either way, I remember talking about it during the summer of. No, it was 16, because I was talking about it during like that summer. Mm-hmm. But when they did the brand split, SmackDown was like leaps and just way above Raw. Like there was nothing they could do to catch up. And it's like, you guys both, realistically, you both have similar sets of people. All you got to do is just stop overthinking things and stop making these weird decisions.
For sure.
What is this thing? And WCW was fine, right? It was good. It had some good things going for it, but
I was a huge WCW fan. I still got Starrcade 91 on VHS, like home recorded. I got that.
Like, man, but it's just like, but when they got bad, they got really bad. Quick, they were like, we're gonna get Master P in here. I was like, wait a second. I was just like, man, like like when they started losing the ratings, it was like they were like, "Nah, we're good. We don't need to try anymore. We're just gonna keep having shows, though." Like
Sting versus everybody. Who you want to fight today, Sting? Doesn't matter.
Then everybody was in the NWO.
Yeah, everybody. Then it went from white to red. Then it went like white to red to the Latino.
Oh yeah, the Latino World Order.
They was wearing that out. All
then they had Juventud Guerrero out there. It was like a parody of The Rock, like the Juice.
That shit was great.
Yeah, they were doing, I guess, maybe it made sense to somebody, or maybe nobody was paying attention. I have no idea.
It wasn't good enough. It couldn't compete. Their version of Raw and Uncut couldn't compete with what WWF was doing.
No, not at all. And like their thing was like, oh, well, we'll just get all the people that we need. It's like, yeah, you got the money, but
yeah,
you're really gonna be losing it. And they started that whole not really locking people into contracts, but I would hear how much, and I don't know how much truth there was to it, but I would hear all these things, but like, oh, they're paying Disco Inferno this much money. They're paying. It's like, wait, Disco Inferno? Like, really? Like, maybe I need to be a wrestler.
For real.
Like, because I would hear some of those like contracts, like, oh yeah, well, we can give you, like so and so's sign on for like however many millions of dollars. I'm like, what? Because like when I started watching, I didn't know it was like that big, Yeah. I guess I didn't even really think about it, but you just see people coming out there, and when you see like Men on a Mission or something, you don't associate that with like big money. You just look at this, okay, yeah, they're coming out there. They got some match with Doink the Clown. All right, this is entertaining.
Shout out to Doink the Clown and the Blue Meanie and all that.
But yeah, you just watch it and you're like, okay, cool. But now I look at it and it's like, I see more than I saw before. It's like you look at this like, okay, they got Brock Lesnar. Like, he's a big name. Like, they need him more than he needs them.
For sure.
So, like, Brock Lesnar could have stopped everything years ago and been fine. He could have went back to his farm or wherever he lives and just been done. Him and Sable?
Yeah. Johnny B. Bad.
I was just thinking about, man, I remember like the one of the first wrestling games I ever played was Super Brawl on Super Nintendo. I remember Johnny B. Bad being on there, and Vader and Sting, and who else was on there? Was Goldust? Well, not Goldust, but Dustin Rhodes on there? I don't know. It had a pretty good lineup, though. Oh, yeah, you deserve every ounce of that hate. So that's your fault. You
Yo. Savagery begin. Savagery begin.
Goldberg. After he tried to kill The Undertaker last year in Saudi Arabia.
He killed himself. And everybody trying to say, who's coming with me? Who's coming with me, man? I like Goldberg, man, when he was running the whole streak for like 150 million matches and undefeated. I don't see him much present day, but back in the day, I think that was a good gimmick. That was a really good
gimmick. It's like the last, like Asuka had a long streak going, right? Mm-hmm. Was like and it was, I guess the other long streak was like Nikki Bella or something, but that didn't count because like she wasn't wrestling. Indeed. She just had the title. But like Asuka was actually going out and having some solid matches every takeover or whatever it was.
For sure. I didn't know she was as old as she is. She old, bro.
Wait, what's that?
I didn't know Asuka was like 40 something.
Is she?
Yeah.
Huh. I would not have guessed that.
Me either.
I mean, I know she's. Because I know she had like her history with like Japan and all that stuff, but all right. Yeah. Well, she carries it well then.
No, for sure.
That's what I say. Like when I
can't say that loud. Okay.
Because like I'll look at. But because like the thing for me, we'll shift the subject just a little bit. When I look at some of these people, it's like you see like, okay, it's AJ Styles, right? He says like, yeah, I'm 40 something, or like Jericho, he's almost 50. He's like 47. It's like, man, like I've seen some people that are like 30 and can barely move like that. Like,
for sure.
And so then I look at some of these people and I'm like, man, like that'd be like if my uncle did this or my mom did that. It's like my mom isn't going out and tombstoning anybody, you know?
Yeah. She's killing them with the Funkos, though. She's definitely doing that.
Oh, yeah, she is. I didn't really think much about her collection until you said something. Like, she got all the heat out there on the Funkos. I'm like, huh. Well, yeah, she does have a lot of these, doesn't she?
Yeah, I saw that picture. I was like, damn, man, she just stunting on her coworkers like that? Open? Like, forget all of y'all. I'm going to sit this right here. When y'all start paying attention, you can call me the GOAT.
Yeah, and I've realized recently, like, because I was doing that Marvel Collector Core thing for a while. So, and I forgot about that. So when I was unpacking and stuff, I saw all these Funkos, and I'm like, I have a lot more of these than I thought I did. Because I wasn't buying those directly. They were just, it was a subscription thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now, I mean, like lately, you know, I get like Silver Surfer and Galactus, you know, Billy Idol, like Rick James, you know. I'll buy like the little ones that like pop out to me, but those, I was like, man, maybe one day I will like do a little video over these because it's a fair amount. I mean, if I can sit here for 2 hours and talk about my Air Max collection, I think I can do 20 minutes on some Funkos. So
man, listen. My notifications was going ham. And I was like, what is he doing? I get to the thing, I'm like, man, it's like 33 videos of here. What? How does he want me to catch up on all of this?
Because like, my thing was like, the original plan was to like, because last year I only had so many, so I just did one big video. Cool, no problem. It's like 25 pairs, I think. And so this time I was like, man, I'm gonna have everything. The stuff I had last year, the stuff that was in storage, whatever I picked up in the last year. So I'm like, you know, I'll just break it all out into sections. And I was going to like do it like, you know, staggered out, do one a day for like however many days. And then next thing you know, it's like Air Max Day. I'm like, man, I have done none of these videos. And it's like 7 p.m. So I'm like, well.
Get through it.
So I just like, I had already like spread them out. You know, I was like, okay, the ones, the 90s, the 97s, the pluses, all that stuff. So I was just like, all right, go bring a set over, set the camera up, knock that out, clean it up, do it all over again, 9 times all together. Yeah.
You braver than me, man. I usually do like 3 to 4 at a time. I couldn't do 9. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Let's see, a Goldberg spear or Tyson hook. I mean, well, like, I'm going to learn from Bret Hart. He has not been the same since he got in the ring with Goldberg. Tyson, I mean, I'll take my chances with that.
You put a gun to my head. I'm taking that spear, man. Spear me, Goldberg. Come on down. Come.
I mean, because like, look, I feel like Tyson, he might know that like there's no way this dude is taking, he needs the full brunt of this punch. I'm gonna hope so.
Tyson was like grazing people and knocking them out. He wasn't even hitting them for real. So I can only imagine what
wait, who was it?
Punch would feel like.
It was was it Jericho or Shawn Michaels? Who he got in the ring with somebody. I forget whoever was telling the story, but they said that like they were like, yeah, so Jericho or Shawn Michaels, one of them was like, gonna take the punch. They're talking about it. And Tyson went to punch him, and like, you know, he's very accurate and very fast. And they said like they almost had a heart attack with how fast it was, like just feeling the wind of that punch like go across their face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, like You're better than I am for that. Like
you could see it, man. Those punches were on another level.
yeah, and I was talking to a friend of mine. He does stunt work, right? He's on like the well, he used to be on like the Netflix Marvel shows and other like TV shows or whatever. But so he had to do an episode of TV with the Big Show recently or whenever it was, and he was trying to tell the Big Show, it's like, hey, when we do the stunts here, like you don't have to like get too close to my face because like they usually space it out so they're like this far apart on TV. You know what I mean? Because it's like a sitcom or it's like a Law and Order or whatever. And he's like, no, the Big Show is telling him like, no, dude, I can get in there. It's fine. He's like, dude, your whole hand is the size of my body. He's like, because he's supposed to take like an elbow, you know? He's like, Big Show's like, no, I can get in there. It's like, this dude is like my size, you know? So,
I'm good.
Because he said like there's a scene in there where he like grabbed his head like this, and it just all went dark. Oh, you know what I mean? Because his hands are like that big.
Indeed.
Like, man, that is insane.
Man, I want no parts in none of that. None of them big dudes, man. Or that last.
It says shoes up, he's down. Man, yeah. I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah, I'm not going to take that punch like, you know, some of his opponents could have. Definitely not.
Nah, I mean, I used to try to box back in the day, and I can take a hit, but I don't know if I can take one now. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm sure that, like, you know, when you're working out in that way, you got maybe you're just overall more equipped to take a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Versus just like some random person that like just walks up to you and is kind of mouthing off, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna shut this down real quick.
For sure.
But I think my dad used to box back in, I think it was like while he was in high school and a little after he got out of high school or something.
Yeah, I heard you tell the story.
The Big Show chest, all those chest slaps seem like ridiculous.
That Ric Flair though.
Yes, Ric Flair on this shirt here. But man, like when I see those, or like you hear some people, like I forget who it is, someone in AEW, like when they get ready to do it, they're like shh, and everybody like quiets down, and like you hear that slap just like echo through this arena. Like, man, then you see like this big red handprint.
Tell me,
like some kind of Jack Swagger thing going on. I'm like, nope, not me.
What's his name on AEW now?
Jake Hager.
Yeah, there it is.
Barely different.
I was like, come on, man. This is what y'all doing.
Yeah, it's like when Daniel Bryan when he was in Ring of Honor, he was Bryan Danielson, you know? Yeah. Just like just a slight change, just enough.
Is what you call it trying to like replace him?
Oh, the Gulak dude?
Yeah.
There was a time when I used to watch 205 Live and I kept up with all those dudes, but I fell behind on that. And when I saw him like 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh, he's still there. Good for him, you know?
Yeah. Tonight they looked a lot alike, man. That looked like Big Brother, Little Brother.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
I was like,
it really did.
Right now.
Because I feel like somebody else did that like a while ago where they had somebody that they looked a lot alike. But either way, I mean, I'm sure it's happened a lot, but still, they are looking very similar. And they both have like a similar kind of style too, because they got like that technical wrestling and all that stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I like Bryan when he was, he had a little bit more muscle mass on him, like in the CM Punk days. He wasn't never big, but he was bigger than he is now. But I've always liked his style of wrestling. Man, he's a great wrestler, but super tiny. Super.
I was just, in some ways, I expected more after he came back, you know, but because he came back and he was in like, was it in a tag match or something? But anyways, he came back and I thought, okay, maybe he's gonna be a regular wrestler again, or is it just gonna be like special occasions or what? But I mean, he said himself that he's trying to wind that whole thing down because, you know, I mean, he already kind of got a second chance, and I guess he's trying to, you know, go out on better terms this time around.
I was shocked that he was doing as much as he was in his first match back, the match that you were talking about. I was like, whoa. Same thing with Edge. I was like, man,
yeah,
I better chill.
Yeah, that was because like I remember seeing something a while ago, like somebody had speared somebody through a cage or like to the outside or something like that, and Edge like replied to like the clip on Twitter, is like, you guys better be careful with that. It's like, well, he does know what he's talking about.
Definitely does. He definitely.
But he's, you know, through whatever miracles of science, he's been able to make his little comeback.
Definitely. So
him and Brian, and I don't know who else that might open the door for. I mean, I don't know if Paige is going to try to get back in there, but I think we're good on that. Maybe.
I'm shocked on that, man. Like Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Cena, anybody with them neck injuries, I can understand that. But that whole Paige situation, like, that's crazy. Just something so simple can just put you out like that.
Yeah, that's. Who was it that it was Draws, because who injured him? It was D'Lo Brown, I think it was.
With the throw up dude?
Yeah. I think it was D'Lo. Yeah, D'Lo injured him like in one of their first, like, I think it was Draws' early matches, you know? Like he was doing that running powerbomb thing.
Mm-hmm.
And something about the ring caused him to trip. And so he tripped, he like dropped him, and then Draws has been paralyzed, I guess, ever since.
Wow.
And Edge, I think he caused like a bad injury to, it's like Savio Vega or one of the other Los Boricuas, his first match. Because he went and did like that flip over the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And when he landed, like his leg came down and hit the dude like dead on the top of his neck or top of his head.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they ended the match right there. And it's like, man, you've been in the WWF for like 2 minutes. And it's not.
Yeah, after a lifetime, you end up like Kurt Angle, man. He can't even turn his head anymore. He got to turn whole shoulders.
Oh, him and was it Larry Zbyszko?
Oh, not Zbyszko, man. Boy, you tapping into the archives now.
Like Kurt Angle, like I remember watching him when I was, you know, when I got into wrestling and everything. Actually, it was on this that I was watching last night. But I remember watching him when I got into wrestling, or shortly after, because he came along later. And I was like, man, this guy's pretty good, you know, kind of like him. But looking back at it, seeing him come in out of nowhere and just like skyrocket to the top and have those amazing matches like with so many people,
mm-hmm.
Man, like that dude was something else.
Definitely.
Because it's like, you know, you get Ronda Rousey, not that she was necessarily bad at it, but like, you know, of course she's going to go to the top, right?
Yep.
But then you see some people like they say, okay, even if he didn't have the name or like the medals, this guy still would have been there for sure, especially in the Attitude Era.
Oh man, you see this? It's crazy, man. I seen him walk. I met him at SneakerCon Atlanta last year. I was walking around, I was filming, and looked down and see somebody in some Travis Scotts, and I look up and it's UBK. And I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" You know, man, we had a little conversation. I asked him to do a sneaker battle. He wasn't having it, and that's pretty much where we left it. Pretty much where we left it at. Right?
Yeah, I can see that though. I mean, I haven't really met anybody like famous. Like, well, I guess what was it, at the Bread 11 release, I did see Bullet RC, but I don't really follow him like that. So, I mean, I knew who he was because I used to watch his videos.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I saw him like, hey, Bullet RC, right? He's like, yeah, man. It's like, talked to him for a minute. It's like, because he was just trying to see if there were going to be any leftover Bread 11s, which there definitely was.
For sure.
Because that was and I don't know how many of those they made. I didn't look at any numbers, but nobody went without that wanted them.
It was supposed to be in the 2 million range, 2 million plus.
I mean, because I know like because I got mine and I got a pair for Money Run Clothing. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Money Run, by the way, for sure.
Yeah, because he, I had said something in a comment on some Bobby Sneaker World had posted. And he's like, hey, if one of you guys can help me out with an 11 or whatever size, I'm like, what size you need? He's like, 11. Like, all right, I'll change one of my little reservations and see what happens. Because that was back when, the apps were a little more user friendly for some of us when it came to the raffles.
All of y'all high rollers, big time. I struggled, believe it or not, man. I struggled to get that shoe. I ended up getting 2 pairs, but Concord year I had like 7 pair of Concords. But I couldn't touch them breads for nothing.
Really?
Like, what's going on? My Grail shoe and I can't touch it. Like, what is this? But I thought I was gonna get at least 10. Like, come on, if I got 7 Concords at $1 million, then I know I'm about to get all the breads in the world. Wrong. I was Saturday morning. I was up on Dick's Sporting Goods trying to land a pair, like praying, like I need this shoe. I was shocked. I didn't hit none of my raffles. I didn't hit nothing. I got a pair from Dick's, and I think Camera Lady hit on my other pair from Nike, but I wasn't getting no love.
Man, that's crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, I'm not about to pay resale for this shoe. Y'all can forget that. Ain't no way. McFly can't get a pair of Brett 11, so I might as well quit YouTube if that's the case.
Yeah, because that's one of those. Essentially, at that point, like when you buy enough, like it almost becomes like a general release. You know what I mean? Because you know that you're going to be good for it.
For sure.
One way or another, like you're getting it from somewhere for retail with no real work. Yeah. But like, because that's how I felt when the Pine Greens and the Court Purples came out in 17 or 18, whenever that was.
In the 18.
Yeah. So like when I saw those, like by that point, like I had a pretty good track record because even before like they started doing like the online raffles, like I'm pretty sure the people at the mall in El Paso were just kind of taking care of me. Like, oh, fill in your number on the ticket. Got a phone call every time.
Red tickets, buddy.
Kind of missed that. But so now, look, like, or later on, when they switched to the raffles, like I still had like all the money spent towards my account. So I was winning pretty much everything. I don't think I missed a single thing that I put in for. Potentially, I may have missed out on those. It was some burgundy 11s. It was like a GS release.
The Eris joints, the red.
Yeah. But either way, so when it came time for the Court Purples and the Pine Greens, I was like, well, I'm not sure which one I want most, but I'll put in for both of them. And like, if the day comes and like, the money is where it needs to be, I'll just walk out with both of them. But the raffle said no. And I was like, wait a second. Like, hold on. Because I got because it was one of those like kind of staggered releases. Because, like a few minutes might be like 10 o'clock that this one goes off, then like 11 o'clock or 10:30, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So one raffle goes through. I got my Pine Greens. All right, cool. Then I'm looking at the Court Purples, and it's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? Look at another one, like, no again. Like, so when I went down there, I happened to run into Skip Goes Hard. So if you ever look at his Pine Green pickup video, I'm somewhere in there talking about whatever I'm talking about.
Shout out to Skip and them Corona gloves.
But yeah, so like I go over to the foot action because I had, I used to talk to everybody in the stores, and that was the one where it wasn't too busy. So I'm like, well, let me just see what's going on with this. I'm like, hey, so what's the deal with with the Court Purples? And she's like, dude, like you were looking for probably like a 9, right? So yeah, it's like we had like 1 pair, and the guy that got it, like, you buy a lot of shoes, but he is in here constantly. I'm like, all right, so be it. Like, I'll take that loss, whatever. At least I walked out with something. I just didn't realize they were going to be that hard to get. I thought they were going to be like equal.
I ended up with 3 pair of Court Purples, and I didn't even try. Everybody was like, man, I couldn't get them. And I was like, well, I got those. I got 3 of them coming in. I got those with no problem.
And see, and that's the thing. Like, I'll see people all the time, like in reviews, like when things are coming up and people are like, yeah, the court purples are coming out next month, but like, I mean, I got this pair already. I'm like, everybody was doing that. And I'm like, man, like, not me. Not me. I mean, I have
the release was crazy. I didn't expect it. I just wanted my one. I didn't expect to get more than one. I knew I was gonna get pine greens because people don't really be on green like that.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be it. Purple Jordan one, I was like, yo, that's gonna be a tough one. But fortunately, I was going. That's how I actually met Mr. Skinny. I was going to give him a pair if he didn't come up on one because he struck out. Now I was like, well, I mean, I hit on like a 13, a 14, and a 15, and I was like, well, I got a 13 if you need it, but come to find out, he didn't need it. So, but that's actually how we started talking or whatever off that shoe.
Man, that's because even the 2.0, the Pine Green 2s that came out in February, I think it was.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Like those, I mean, a lot of people, it seemed like they had a decent amount of attention, but because I saw a lot of people talking about them, but apparently I was just looking at apparently I was only looking at the few people that wanted them.
Indeed.
Because like they were not hard to get at all. I mean, I didn't get those. It wasn't really concerned about it or whatever. But I thought they were going to move a little faster. Mm-hmm. I mean, they still sold it. They did sell out that day, but it was one of those things where like
sold out.
Yeah, yeah. Minus the restock after restock after restock.
Restocks after the fact.
But like they went away that day, right? But even looking at like the resale prices, because I look at StockX just out of curiosity, and you see stuff like, oh, in stores 190, StockX 192. It's like, so whoever bought this is making nothing off of it.
I still don't understand that, how people buy these shoes to take losses. But that's a whole nother worms in itself.
Because I get like maybe I don't know what employee discounts are like, but I know you can get those on whatever shoes and stuff, but I don't know how deep of a discount it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if you can get like a coupon or a military, if you're just trying to break even, you could probably do that. But for people that's really trying to be in the positive for real.
Yeah, but at that point, it's like, because if you take off like the standard discount, that'll bring it down to say like a Jordan 1 is like 160, brings down to like 130 something, 138, 140. But still, like if you sell that at like the 165, right? Again, talking about like a Jordan 1, like you might make some money, but it's like dollars. Like we're talking like a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just don't get that. Now, if you're able to if it's something that maybe it sat on shelves for a while, hit some outlets, took some deep discounts, and you walked out with it for, it was like the right 11, and you somehow got it for like 100, 110, and then later the price goes up to maybe like 230, not crazy above retail, but decent. Okay, cool, but then you got to play that long game though.
For sure.
And that
shoes be hitting, and I don't even know how. Like I had a shoe sale like a couple months ago, first shoe sale I ever had, and I didn't check none of the prices. I didn't go to StockX. I was just like, man, whatever. This is what I want for And I put up a pair of Storm Blues, the Storm Blue ones, right? So I put those up, and I like that shoe. I bought that shoe on super sale. Like I got that shoe for like cheap. It was digits what I got that shoe. And I had it, but the only reason why I wasn't wearing it is because it was like that Kentucky Duke bluish color.
Yeah, wasn't you?
And we Tar Heel Nation over here. So I the first time I wore them, I was downtown going to the basketball game, and the guy was like, "Oh man, them Kentucky ones," and I was like, "Nope, they gone. I'm getting I'm getting rid of them." I sold them for like $125, $125 ship. I sold them. And that whole week, people was messaging me about these Storm Blues. Do you got it? Because I put it on Facebook, and I put it on Facebook, IG, and I did a video on it. And people was just messaging me like crazy about them Storm Blues. Them Storm Blues. I went to StockX, and they were going for like $425, $450. I was like, whoa.
See, that's because, like, you know, I remember when those came out, right? More or less, because like I saw them and I was thinking, okay, you know what? These look pretty nice, but I feel like they're gonna move fast, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. So I didn't. And then it was like a few weeks after they had come out, and I was down there in Foot Action, just kind of, you know, making my rounds, just seeing what I see. And I saw those. I'm like, hey, you guys got some decent sizes in these? And I'm like, yeah, we can bring a pair out for you to try on or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, cool. And I walked out with them, you know? Yeah. But apparently later they, as you're saying, I guess they shot up. But
I don't know when it happened. But it happened. And I was like, wow.
Because they were not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got those from like Villa or DTLR for super sale. Cheap.
Yeah, because those sites will come through on some deals for you. Oh, yeah. That's how, what was it, like the, and I get like not everything that you get cheap like goes up. And I don't know what these went for, but when I got the Away Motorsport 4s, the ones that they're black with like a little bit of gray, a little bit of blue, I got those for probably about the same price, you know? It was like one of those sites like DTLR, maybe Jimmy Jazz or something, you know? Yeah. Kicks USA, one of those sites that you like isn't the one you think of first.
Definitely.
But they're usually fairly reliable.
Yep. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Well, now it's like you got to be there as soon as the sale hit to come up now. I guess everybody's hip to it. But
yeah.
That I couldn't believe that. It just always trips me out how the complexion of a shoe will change at the drop of a dime. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
What about those Pharrells? I thought those were going to go. I was super excited about that shoe. I was like, yep.
And it's also crazy when you see some stuff like it goes so high, like for like a certain period of time after it comes out. And then like if you have it and you don't sell it in that window, you completely missed out, because then it just plummets and it's just like, and then maybe in a year or two it'll go back, but you just never know what's going on.
That's why I quit buying shoes to flip. Like, it's personal. If I'm buying it, I'm buying it with the intentions of keeping it. Now, if it hit at some point down the line and I feel like letting it go, it's gone. But
yeah,
me liking it was first, you know.
Right, and that's me. Yeah, I was just reading that. Like that thing was working in Christmas. Working in February.
Damn. Everybody getting up. Well, now, man, people trying to move these shoes, man. People are definitely trying to move.
Now's definitely the time, because like nobody can go to the stores, so it's nice if you have enough stuff and you got a good idea for your fit. It's great. But man, like when you don't know like when I bought those, what we were talking about, those 4000s, those ZX 4000s. It's like it's a completely new model. Like I didn't watch any reviews.
I got my shipping confirmation today.
Really?
Today. I bought those shoes on the 29th.
Where is it coming from? Oh, has it even been updated yet to show like move? Well, wait, it's Saturday, so probably not.
Yeah, they just sent me your order's on the way. I got that today. I was pissed. But I didn't mean to cut you off. That just went.
Oh, yeah. No, but it's just like when I got those, it's like, you know how when you're ordering something that you like a shoe that you maybe is brand new or you just never had one before, and you're just kind of hoping that it fits right.
You try to read that label.
You're just like, man, like. Luckily, those were good, you know, because there have been things where I bought them. It's like with when the NMDs first came out and they were kind of hard to get. I tried a pair on in a store, but like the very first ones ran big. So then the next ones that I was able to order, I didn't realize like they had shifted how they made them. So they were, like ran more like normal sized. So those are a very snug fit. more so than I would like them to be anyway.
Damn.
But it was like one of those things where at the time I was like, man, like I'm not gonna be able to get a new pair, so I'm just gonna have to be stuck with these. I guess maybe I won't wear them a whole lot or something. But I mean, if you have a certain number of shoes, you're probably only gonna wear each pair so many times, other than like your regular beater type shoes or whatever,
Definitely.
And I'm trying not to just hold on to stuff, but I mean, if I'm not really going anywhere every day, especially not right now, not all this stuff's coming out.
For sure. I sit back and think about what, can you imagine what these stores are going to look like when they actually open the door? Let's say May 1st, all the malls, everything opens back up. Just the sheer amount of product that's going to be in these stores, it's going to be crazy.
It's also going to be like a time capsule because you're going to open it and you're like, oh, wow, I forgot all about these, because it's going to be some stuff that was relevant like 2 months ago. Well, or whatever, because they closed in March. So like March, they had like February releases. So March, so it's going to be like 3 months ago. I mean, that better equate to some deep discounts, though.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a free for all. They're going to have too much stuff. They're going to have to sell it cheap. They're going to have to.
Yeah, it's going to be because normally when like more or less when a shoe comes out, you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks, depending on that. Unless it just like completely tanks, it's like 4 to 6 weeks before that price drop. And even then, like the price drops are weird because like I'll see it was like those NMDs I bought 2 months ago. Foot Locker had those for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Foot Action had them for retail, and because I went into Foot Locker and I'm like, hey, do you have these in 9.5? And she's like, no, but they have them in Foot Action. I'm like, yeah, I saw them in there, but I didn't see the sticker. Are they on sale there too? And she's like, no, they're full price over there. I'm like, what sense does this make? Like, because if I ordered the shoe from the Foot Locker site, it might be sent from a Foot Action or Champs or wherever.
For sure.
They're going to send it from wherever is closest to you with it. So, like, why not just have the same price in the stores, too?
Indeed. Shout out to Stay Clay Sneakers in the building, man. Shout out to him for pulling up. Alan Rogers said it's going to be a busy day. First come, first serve everywhere.
It's going to be Black Friday in May.
For sure. It's going to be crazy, from sneakers to clothes to Funkos to everything. The market's going to be flooded. And if people ain't about to work, it's just going to be sitting. Like, man, I cannot wait.
Man, it's going to be crazy. Just thinking about that.
I'm taking off, man. I'm putting in some vacation time. The day the mall's open, I might want to stay away from the mall. It's still going to be corona cases popping. It's gonna be something to see.
Yeah, because this whole thing has been, obviously everybody's saying the same thing, that it's blown up a lot bigger than expected, but it was also like so fast,
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, because remember somebody asked me about it, because like I still talk to a couple people back in Korea, and they're like, are you guys concerned about this? I'm like, I've heard nothing about it other than some people in China are getting sick. So I guess we're good. and now here we are. States are shutting down. Like New York, is it Louisiana, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like states, California.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the internet to start working. Like, people content now. Once the internet go down, if I had a way to like jack up the internet, I'd do it, man. Just people listen. It probably won't ever happen because the internet is such a pivotal part of life.
Well, I guess it was the last time, at least that I remember, that the internet like had its downtime or whatever you want to call it, was when Michael Jackson died, because nobody believed it. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like hitting the internet all at the same time. Like, no, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And it happened.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's gonna be a crazy couple months. Yeah, I didn't even realize I've been up here an hour and a half.
Has it? Oh, well, yeah. Because have I been? Because I don't remember. I jumped in not long after. Because after the Who Has the Heat was over, and I was kind of still looking up at the TV. Then I looked at my phone for something. And it's like McFly live, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, well let's go check that out.
Had to hurry up. What'd you think about the battle, man? What'd you think about the show?
Hey man, like I was in Top's exact position. Like when I was on there, I pulled out the shoes that. Now, I mean, not all of them were the best choices, but some of them just weren't. It was the timing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But that's the thing, because like you can pull out something, and maybe that shoe would have been just fine on another question, but you don't know what your opponent has.
Definitely.
Right. But the thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's all in how you take it. You know what I mean? And I could tell he was a little down over it, but it's from what I was seeing today and yesterday, or whenever the last video was, that when the last battle was supposed to happen, like apparently everybody knew that this guy was going to be bringing in some crazy stuff.
For sure.
So,
because they were telling me in the group chat, and they was like, man, he's got a lot of stuff and a lot of that. I didn't know the guy personally. I know that he had the unboxed app. I knew that.
Yeah.
But, I know. Seen his collection. I seen him on the Monday midsole, but I didn't know what he had.
Right.
So just seeing that, I was like, oh, okay. Now I kind of see what everybody's talking about, because if this is his light work, then
because that's the thing, and then now I will say, some of the questions, like, I think that Top should have gone a different route. So when you look at the most colorful sneaker, something to that, a multicolored shoe, right?
Color was the question.
That one, which I get is kind of broad, but like for me, the first thing that came to mind was like the top three, right? Or maybe like those abalone phones or something like that.
Yeah.
And I got nothing against
it, by the way.
What's that?
It's a very underrated shoe, by the way.
Yeah, and because that's what I would have gone with, but like. He pulled out that Huarache, which, don't get me wrong, I like those Huaraches. I have the Air Max Plus version myself. But I wouldn't go, given that was not the first question. I don't think it was even the second.
No, that was question 3. That was do or die time.
Yeah, I don't think that was the go-to. Now, I get he says that was close or whatever, and I don't know what his collection is like, because I know he buys a lot of stuff, but he also sells a lot of stuff because for the reviews and stuff.
For sure.
So that's like, for me, like everything you see on my channel is like, it's over there or over there. Right. So he may have set himself up by not having a whole lot readily available. Yeah. Or maybe the stuff's not organized. I don't know.
If my back's up against the wall against the firing squad, I'm not depending on a Huarache. I'm not
okay, yeah.
I'm not.
That is now, unless there's a caveat in there, and it's like, okay, put out your most comfortable, like, something, or what's your most underrated or something.
Maybe favorite runner, casual.
It's got to be a very specific question to where the Huarache is even something to consider.
Definitely.
Right, because there's no limited Huarache, right? Now, maybe if for the question where it was like something that represents your hometown, let's say he was from somewhere that has some very specific hometown colors, and he had a hometown vibe Huarache, okay, maybe. But that was not the one to pull out.
Yeah. Had I been able to get that question off earlier, he might have been in the running. But I feel like the SBs was a good pull. I like that shoe. I got the lows of those, but man, it's
exactly like Alan's saying here, like with 3 colors, like that's mostly everything.
Yeah, when the question was asked, I was like, man, that covers it all. Like that I think E-Money even said it. It was like, that's pretty much every shoe. Like,
yeah, because like there are. I mean, I would have to think more about shoes that I have that have fewer than 3 colors.
Because I don't buy single color shoes.
I mean, and even then, it's like maybe you think, oh, well, maybe I'll get those Master 12s. Like, no, those have gold on them. It's like, all right.
They silver and gold on the Master 12, and it's white on the bottom.
See, it's like, okay, maybe I guess the suede 12s or something. There's that, but
that's all. That's blue and white,
but still, it's like there's.
I think when you hear multicolor, people think like the Ultra Boost 3.0 multicolors, or
I think like the series of shoes, like any of them.
Yeah, something just wild and way out. It's like
the Bordeaux 7s, like that style, like that's multicolored, right?
Yeah.
But like at least on the tongue, but like there's so much more that would have jumped out at me as multicolored. And again, I know, well, even without knowing his collection, I can guarantee that if he was to do a collection video right now, there'd be better choices in it.
Like Tops has definitely got some shoes. Like,
yeah,
for sure. He's definitely got some kicks over there.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like most of us, like that do the whole YouTube thing, do I mean, like even like for me, like I've got the forefront of my collection. What people generally see is it's a lot of Ultra Boost and Air Maxes, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just what I wear. But I've got my share of like Yeezys, and I got a decent amount of Jordans and stuff too. I've got a few KDs in there. But so if I needed to pull out something that was going to be like battle worthy, depending on who I'm up against, because like that guy was more ready than most. But depending on what the question is, like I'm good for a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I think he made some missteps.
Yeah, we tried to play it. I mean, not play it, but we try to make it to where everybody has a chance. You give them an open-ended question, that way you can kind of fill in the blanks how you want to fill it in, and just to give you that. Or if you don't have an Air Max, then you can use your lifeline. All 4 of us, we got Air Maxes, so we can get you back. We might not be able to beat what he pulled out, but we got something. Just so people can compete, just to get you to get on. But a lot of people got a lot of pride. But I mean, they end up switching the question anyway. But that's why I was trying to tell them, like, hey man, it's an Air Max question. You don't have any Air Maxes, you can get some help with that.
And that's crazy. Well, I guess it's not crazy, but it's just because I know there's people that don't really get into the whole Air Max thing or whatever, and that's cool. But it's just when I think of like people who buy shoes, I just tend to assume that everybody has one. I know like you're not a big Air Max guy, right?
Not huge, no, but I do have some.
Right. And there's some other people that don't have, because I'll talk to some people and they'll say like, yeah, I don't have any Air Max 1s, but they do look pretty nice. I'm like, really? That's one of the ones you don't have? But like they might have some Air Max Pluses or some 95s or something. You know what I mean? Another popular one.
For sure. Like you gotta have something, man.
And there's some good as far as battle worthy Air Maxes go. Like when I look at, because what was it? One of the questions that came up when I was doing it with Juggernaut of Souls, like I forget what the question was, but he pulled out that the red 95,
Mm-hmm.
That's the one a lot of people like, right?
Pulled out the black and yellow, right?
Because I
think so.
I remember pulling those out. I just can't remember what the question was.
I don't remember. I think it might have been like favorite runner.
It was that the non-Jordan question?
Could have been.
I don't know, but like it's just one of those things where you look at stuff and sure, I mean you can talk all day about hindsight, but things work out the way they work out, right? Yeah. And so I just looked at it and like, oh, hey, this is one of those questions where this was my choice in the moment, right? Looking back at it, probably would have done the same thing. So can't really complain. But the shoe that he had, while it might be just, an Air Max, it was the right Air Max. You know what I'm saying? And because who was it? Like when IBA, do you remember the question when he won with the questions, basically?
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
But like that came out, and I've seen some other battles where like the shoe that the big popular shoe doesn't win that round.
Definitely.
Because you never.
Bread 4 beat a Bread 11. I'm still shocked about that.
Wait, say that again?
Say Bread 4 beat a Bread 11. I'm still shocked about that.
And what was the question on that?
I don't remember. I think it was best bread shoe, I believe. Even IBA's question beat a damn the damn nerd human races.
Huh.
And I was like, holy shit, that happened? I was like, wow, okay. I didn't see it at all. Like, the show never ceases to amaze me, man. I just sit back.
It's like, because I mean, you have the ones where they go like exactly how you're like the questions. Like they say the question, shoe A, shoe B, and it goes exactly how you expect it to. Mm-hmm. And then they have again those other ones where it's just complete shift.
Yeah, like when we had our championship round, it was me, BAA. I think Breezy Kicks overslept, so he didn't make it.
I remember that.
It was a bunch of us, man. I think I won the first round with the Butter Yeezy some type of fucking way.
And that's like.
And then after that, man, BAA ran the gauntlet on us, man. It was like over after that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Also, is like sometimes you need to know. Sometimes it's up to the audience too. You know what I mean? Because if they don't know what something is, they may not see it for what it's worth,
Yeah.
And so luckily, with him, he's got some stuff, and there's people in here that really know what they're looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch that ladder match, see what's going on in there, because
I was watching it, and then I saw the big fall on the ladder, and I was you go back and watch the battle. I'm in the background like, oh. And I'm trying not to say nothing, during the show or whatever. But
yeah.
Watching,
I could see every now and then, like your eyes kind of just like get stuck off of something else. I was gonna ask, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go bringing attention away from that. Also, the chat was moving so fast.
Man, that chat was flying. Once they said when I looked and I saw 105, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's up? Well, I did a live for like Canelo's fight, and I was just sitting there doing like what we was doing for the Wrestlemania or whatever. And I look over in the corner, and that thing said 309, and I was like, what? 309? Like, where's my backup? I didn't have no wrenches in the chat. I mean, it was nothing. I was like, where are my people? These are strangers. Help me.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, damn, 309 people was in that chat. Like the watch time for that stream was out of this world.
I bet it was.
I couldn't believe it. I'm trying to do that again.
Yeah, because I know like people when people do like the lives, they can kind of get their watch time up and all that. And for me, like for the longest time, I didn't bother doing them because it was like I was in a weird time zone. So it was like, it's not going to work out for mostly anybody.
I just didn't have the time. I don't really have the time now. That's why I don't go live like I used to. I was trying to like do one a week, but with me working, like I'm not on quarantine. I actually got to go to work. I have to go to the building and be there. So I'm still working, risking my life every day. So when I get home, I'm perfectly fine with uploading because I can set aside my time to get that done. But to randomly go live after I done worked all day, then I gotta try to record and edit 4 or 5 videos. I don't have time to be doing no live stream too. So it was kind of hard for me to work it in. Unless it's days like today, then we good. But during the week and whatnot, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, that's like me. I just doing like the little recap thing is the first time I've really done them. Well, no, I just used to do that wrestling thing with Derek, but he's been I don't know, he's been wrapped up in work or something. But doing like the recap thing has been my only real regular thing, and it's kind of convenient because it's only like once a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just sit back and just kind of talk. Like, I know you were there last time and everything, so it's cool and all. Because like the one thing I like about it is that I don't have to edit anything.
Definitely, it's just
because like, I mean, I can sit here and record, but then I know what's happening next. I know phase 2 is not my favorite thing.
Indeed.
Then so I got to record this, like edit this and all this stuff. Then while it's like encoding or whatever, then it's like, okay, let me go and type up like what I'm gonna fill in for like the title and
all that.
Yeah, man, this is somewhere in there. Like especially when I was back when I was in Korea, like I'd get off work, I'd go to the gym, I'd come home with like whatever box. It's like at this point it's like maybe 7. I'm like, man, it's gonna be a late night tonight.
Yep.
So those videos would go up at like maybe noon or something, like Eastern time or something. It's like, because people always say like, yeah, you should try to put your video up at the right time and time it. So it's like, no, I'm putting it up as soon as it's done and moving on so I can go to sleep.
Yeah, I was watching my analytics, and I get the most of my views after midnight. People used to always ask, why you upload videos so late? And I'm like, because that's when the bulk of my views come from, on the late night. But if I can help it, if I get them all shot, edit them all at once, then I just set them, to go off when they go out. So if I shoot all my videos on Monday, I ain't shooting another video until the following Monday. So set, we good. And I had 2 videos for this week that I didn't upload, but I was like, I'm gonna end up doing live on both days. So it really ain't no point for me to, put those up because I'm gonna be up here anyway. Right. So
yeah, I did that when I was moving back here because I recorded like 6 videos or something like that. Like it was more than I probably needed to do, but I had them ready, so it's just like so that way for that like 2 weeks when I was kind of like transitioning around or whatever. It wasn't like just nothing happening. Looking back at it, it's like it didn't really matter because I've had those breaks just when I don't have anything to do. yeah, that Air Max night, God, that was.
We were just like, talking about that.
I got the videos all set to go and everything, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a couple tonight. I'll do the rest tomorrow. So I think I put up like the 1s and the 90s and the 97s that night. And then in the morning was like, through the rest of the day was everything else. And I was like, I know that putting all these out at the same time is going to kind of skew the views. Cause like if they were staggered out, people would probably like, even if they don't watch the whole thing, I feel like they get more attention overall. But I'm like, you know what? To this day, like people still like as of like last month, people were still watching and commenting on my Air Max Day 2019 video. So I'm like, you know what? It's out there. If people want to see it, they will find it.
For sure. I mean, your channel is moving, man. Like moving.
So yeah, like, and that's the thing that I've noticed, and it's just like it's kind of crazy because I don't know, it's just kind of crazy, Yeah.
I mean, you never really expect what you get.
Yeah,
like, that's how I felt about my channel through this whole time. I mean, I don't have the biggest, greatest channel in the world, but people watch it, they come, they support your boy, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but it's like just when you get a video and it's really doing some numbers. Like, I'll put a video up, and it won't do much first day, but then you look at it like a week later, and it's like, well, damn,
yeah,
when did that happen?
And sometimes it's like the shoe that you don't expect to like take off.
All the time.
Like, I bought the Throwback Future Vapor Max 2019s, right? Because they just happened to be on sale. And I was like, you know what? Why not? And that was like, that thing was getting all kinds of views, like after a certain point anyway. It's like nobody watches it, and then everybody watches it.
Indeed.
And it's like, what is so special about this? Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea. No idea.
Those Black Friday, those multicolor black 4.0s, 3.0s, whichever one of them .0s they are.
Mm-hmm.
Those on Black Friday. Put the video up. I got maybe 50 views that first week, and then like a month later, it was at like 5,000.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I'll buy some, and I don't let like the potential views shape what I buy, but like anybody, like I do think about it. Like when I'm ordering something, it's like, oh, I wonder how this will do, you know?
Yeah.
Because like there's some stuff that I know like it won't matter right now because like a lot of my collection is things where it's like I might buy this brand new Vapor Max right now when it came out because it's multicolored and it looks cool. And later it's going to hit sales, and that's when the interest is going to come around.
Sure. For sure.
So like because that's one thing that I always think about, like when I see those Nike sales and it's like, you go to the site and it's like, hey, check out this. It's like, people are going to be watching that video later.
Yep.
And sure enough, someone's like, hey, are these more comfortable than this? It's like, then they ask all those questions that you answer in the review, but it's cool.
I check to see how many videos are out on the shoe that I'm planning to review. So like I bought some Adidas Dimensions one time, and I was like, you know what? I like that shoe. It's kind of got a Hornets vibe to it. I'm gonna try it out. I'll gamble on it. It was cheap, so I was like, fine. And I went searching for it. Nothing on YouTube. I was like, yeah, regardless, win, lose, or draw, you're gonna have to come to me for this review. So we're gonna put it out. Just like them for rails. I was like, yo, nobody's got a legit video on these for rails. Well, good. Let's get her done. It had maybe 3 videos on the whole platform of that shoe. So I was like, good, I can eat there. Not a problem. Let's thank you. And just run with it. I try to not to do what everybody else is doing because everybody's gonna see it. You're gonna see that. I mean, I'm gonna still put it up anyway. But
that's how I feel like, because I was just talking to was it 1127 Kicks, I think it is, about like, because you know how there are times when you get a shoe and you know that that weekend everybody's gonna have it up, right?
Yep.
That's how it was for me with the it was the Obsidian ones, the Obsidian and UNC ones that came out last year. I remember getting those, and that was back, like I wasn't thinking about those a whole lot, so I didn't mind watching the reviews of other people before I had my own.
Yeah.
But like, and I remember watching them and then looking at my history, and I was like, man, I watched 23 reviews of this same freaking shoe.
Wow.
Like, because I was like, it was like people are putting it up, and they're like people that I follow and talk to and stuff, So I'm like, I'm gonna watch your videos, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't want to watch all of them. I felt like I got the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? Because it is really the same shoe.
Indeed.
But so then when I was going to put mine out, I was like, well, maybe somebody will watch this, maybe they won't, whatever. And even still now, like I'm able to get stuff out quicker because I don't have to wait almost 2 weeks to receive something. But like if I go and I put up, what was the last easier? The Cinders, I guess.
Yep.
The Cinders were probably the most recent.
Did you buy them reflectors today?
No, I didn't even see that. And even if I did see that, I would have not. I didn't like the look of it from the screenshot.
I saw it, but I didn't bother. I was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, but like I'll get something like that, and it's like, okay, well, I'm sure that a whole bunch of people got their early reviews out there. There's people out there already watching it that are really seeking out this information, but I'm going to put mine out there, and the people that watch it are going to be the people that are subscribed and just watch whatever I put up.
Indeed.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But then every now and then I'll get surprised, and it'll be like, people are finding this. Like, how are you finding my video for this above whoever else? Like,
it's all about that SEO, man.
I guess
that's where a lot of YouTubers fail at search engine optimization. Some people have incredible videos, but don't know how to tag and word their video properly, so nobody sees it.
Oh, that is very true. Yeah, because like I'll see it sometimes. Like I'll see it just based off of the title. You know what I'm saying? it'll just say like Concord 11. It's like, that's it. Like then you see like the like the body of it. It's like it just has like follow me on Instagram. It's like you see the tags on the side. It's like Concord 11. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But you got to put a little more into it. Me and my kicks, like he knows all about that stuff. Like he's
all about that stuff.
Yeah, like I mean, I could, because I used to see him talk about that, and like at the time I didn't really like get into it, and now I'll put a little more effort into it, you know.
Indeed.
But there's still so much more that I don't know, and I'm aware of that. But it's just like I got to take the time to really figure some other stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he over here clowning now. You see him talking about, look at you spitting SEO facts, man. Hey, in real life, he hit me to all of that. And I'm like you, I'm not great at it, but I know when I got it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I have a hard time trying to word stuff or tag it properly, depending on the shoe and the title of the shoe and all that. But I try to think of what people are going to search.
Right. That's the thing. Like, because you know, you use the Tube Buddy thing, and you know, you can get the little suggestions or whatever. But it's like you still gotta think like just a regular viewer, you know? Like if I wasn't doing this, like what would I type in if I wanted to know about a Vapor Max? Like
for sure.
What would I type in, like pink and red Vapor Max, or would I type in like what I use? Is it 2 words or is it 1 word? Like you think about all this stuff and you're like, okay, well, if I'm looking like if this is a video about running performance, maybe I should put that in there because whatever.
Yep. I just try to think of everything I can. I just throw it all, throw it all in there. But yeah. I think the hardest part is really being specific and trying to knock down the actual specifics of it to actually get it right. Like, you know, YouTube will help you. Sometimes I used to go through and just type the shoe into the search browser.
Mm-hmm.
It'll show you like popular stuff that people are putting in or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, so I'm on the right track because this is what people are searching for. Or, you know, Google the same just to try to work that out. It helps, man. I noticed significant growth once me and my kicks hit me to that, because I was just putting videos up. Like, man, my content gonna carry me. I'm the man. Wrong.
Man, what was it last month? I think it was last month. My Air Max 90 slides video was featured on a Dutch website, and like I got so many views off of that. Because like I went to, you know how like you look at the analytics and it'll tell you like where your traffic's coming from. I saw this like VK Mag and I'm like, what is that? And I looked it up. It was just like this whole long article and all in Dutch. And then in the middle of it, you see like they embedded my video on there, and then there's just me. It's like I'm the spokesman for like Dutch people when it comes to Air Max slides. I'm like, hey man, you guys got me a lot of views this month, so thank you very much. It was like 50% of my traffic came from that, to my channel was from that site. It's like, man, that is. So yeah, you never know. And then I know every now and then I'll like search for stuff, you know what I mean? And I searched for something on Google once to look up a picture or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was and it pulled up like one of my videos. I'm like, man, like I come up when people search for this? Huh.
Yeah, man.
What's that?
Oh wait, I'll put it back. Just kicks over there dropping knowledge, man.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like he's saying, no matter what you're putting out there, you want people to see it.
Yeah, you got to get it out.
You know,
no matter how good your content is, if you don't have the proper wording associated with it, it don't really matter. I mean, unless you are already huge, then I'm sure like Bullet RC, Tony D, UBK, they probably don't have to worry about SEO in their videos because of their
they got that built-in fan base of however much. Like for me, like now, I mean, sure, I got lucky on some videos, like my University Gold Air Max 1s probably had terrible tags, probably had a terrible title, probably everything about the labeling of it was probably just terrible. But a lot of people like somehow found it.
And it couldn't have been too terrible if people found it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I say terrible compared to now, like compared to like the effort I'll put into it now, then it's probably like Air Max 1, comma, University Gold, comma, shoes up, sleeves down.
Yeah, because you'll see it a lot of times, man. You'll like randomly search something and like Seth Fowler will be at the top, and then Tony D will be like number 2, and then number 3 will be Joe Blow with 34 views from Kalamazoo somewhere.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, just a trip, man. How that works out. But that guy's got all the SEO skills in the world, but he doesn't have the camera dynamics or whatever to keep people coming or whatnot.
Yeah, and
twofold.
I look at it and I just think about all of it together. It's like, because I know part of it is just there could be just some randomized algorithm to just kind of every so often, you know, shine some light somewhere else. But you can go out there and you can tell everybody about your channel or whatever, and that'll get you so far, right? Because, you know, obviously, like if people do subscribe, the extra numbers kind of gives the channel a little more legitimacy when you look at it. At least that's how I see it. So somebody shows up and they see, okay, like I found myself here because I was looking for the Air Max 97, and then they see, okay, this guy's got like 1,600 viewers or 1,600 subscribers, so this must be like an actual channel. Because, you know, I've found myself on places before and like look at something and then you see like, okay, this video is really good, and they've uploaded like 3 videos in like the last 2 years. It's like, okay, so they're not really active, but they could have done all right for themselves probably.
Yeah, I think that's what hinders. The second worst thing that hinders people. First is your SEO ain't that great, and second is you're not active enough.
Yeah, and that is because my thing was like, and I get it, because like when I first started doing this, I didn't know anybody at all. Because, you know, sometimes people like IBA or whatever, he'll jump into this and he already has like a built-in fan base.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just Tristan Stewart, right? I'm just out there like putting in some videos out onto the internet and hoping that somebody will see them. And eventually, you know, I mean, it took like, you know, a little while, but yeah, after a while, I would see like, oh, somebody watched this one. Hey, I got 2 views last week. I'm getting somewhere.
For sure.
You know?
Hey, bro, I still get excited when I upload videos, man. I still check them. They could be like 10 views, and I'm just happy that 10 people watched it. Or like a sub, 1 sub, 2 subs. Like whether it's 1 sub one day, I'm happy about it. Whether it's 20 subs the next day, I'm happy about it. I would think at some point that feeling will go away, but
you know, it's the thing that gets me still, and also that, but like the thing, like when I post a video and then I'm like, oh shoot, I meant to go and change like this word in here. I meant to go and I didn't capitalize something. And I go back to the screen, like this is all within like 2-3 minutes of like putting the video live, and somebody has already like watched it or liked it or something. I'm like, man, like people are, and someone will say, yeah, man, you know, I got the notifications on. And it's like, and it's cool because like sometimes like I don't even know you, but you subscribe and you got the notifications on. You're like clicking on the videos as soon as you see it. Like that's crazy to me.
Indeed.
Me out here in these React Prestos.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. I mean, because you know, at the end of the day, you got to build your own community. A lot of us are going, hey, Tamina Snooker got on them Tiger React Prestos.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. I just saw that. I guess I'm ahead of you now. But
I guess shit. You know these streaming services. I don't even know why that's still on TV, but
yeah. I've never even seen this show other than right now.
Me either.
But yeah, I saw that the other day. I saw Tamina in those. I'm like, when I see somebody like famous or whatever, or sometimes even in stores, like wearing like a shoe that I have, I'm like, I could connect with this person on that level if we happen to pass each other at the same time or something.
Yeah, for sure. Those Rad Prestos are crazy. I'm incredibly glad that I started buying those, like for sure.
Yeah, those. I remember that video. What was my first one? The Nickelodeon pair, Psychedelic Lava.
Yeah. Because I was like, look, man, you need to go check these out. I know
that's why. Like the whole beginning of the video is like a whole different vibe. I had to call you out in that one.
I was like, man, I thought I was like, man, he's not gonna buy those. But at some point, he's gonna end up touching this shoe, and he's gonna be like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, because I had seen them, and it's like, you know how sometimes you see something like, oh, kind of wonder what that's all about, but you don't really think past that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those, like you were talking about them, and then stuff would randomly sit out in Korea, you know what I'm saying? So I saw them, and I'm like, you know what? Today's the day. It's happening.
I got a pair for free.
Really?
Yeah. I had 2 pair of Psychedelic Lavas. I ordered one from Finish Line, and something ended up happening with the shipment, and I couldn't get it, or I forgot exactly how it played out, and so I went and I bought another one. I called Finish Line, I got my refund and all that for the first pair, and then probably about a week and a half later, I got a call from the post office. And they were like, yeah, we got this package. We've reached out to Finish Line, and they haven't said nothing back about this shoe or us sending it back. We was just going to throw it away, but we cut it open, and it had your information on it. So she was like, if you want it, you can come down and get the shoe. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. So shit, I shot right down there.
Yeah.
Picked the shoe up, took that other shoe back. It was like, yo, free pair. Thank you.
Hey. Was it last year? I still don't know how it happened, but because I ordered my pair of the Game Royal 12s, right? And they arrived no problem. And a week later, I got this little thing saying, "Oh, a package arrived for you at your PO box," and I'm thinking like, there's nothing like. I know where my packages are, like I know when something has been shipped out, roughly when it should be here. And I'm thinking like, there's no way. And so then I go there and I'm thinking maybe my mom sent something. She just didn't say anything. And I get this box. I'm like, this is a Nike box. Like, did I? Nah. So I get back home and I'm like, well, so I start making the video. I'm like, all right, I don't know what is in this box, but it came from Nike. And I open it up, it's another pair of Game Royal 12s. Like, as out of nowhere. I'm like, and it was a couple weeks after they had, been released. So I'm like, where's this even coming from? I mean, obviously coming from Nike, but I was like, well, I had said before that I was considering getting 2 pair because I kind of liked them. Now I have 2 pair. So keep one at mom's house,
Why not? You rich people can do that type of stuff. For real.
Man, for me, it's all about keeping up with those deals, though. Which is, I mean, obviously, other than the Yeezys, because those stings a little bit every time.
Yeah, it definitely stings, for sure.
But I try to tell myself, okay, like, if I'm getting all these discounts and coupons, whatever, on mostly everything else that I buy, that kind of helps balance that out. But still, it's like when you look at the total, and it's like, all right, this is going to be $234. I'm like, oh, okay. Ugh. So there's nothing we can do about that, huh? So you're just going to have to take that one. Except for Finish Line, they let me use my rewards, or was it winner circle thing on the Cinders.
It's status now, man. They upgraded it.
Okay, because like it was was it Hibbit? Like I got through on Hibbit like immediately, And then I saw people saying, hey, like Finish Line is working and like they'll let you use the discount. So maybe 10 minutes later, I was able to get an order on Hibbett or on Finish Line. So I just went and immediately canceled that Hibbett order because I'm like, look, these guys give me the same shoe for $20 less. And they're probably gonna get it to me quicker. So that's what we're doing.
That's why I try my hardest to deal with Finish Line and people who honor them, man. But they make it hard. I mean, since they switched over, I've hit pairs on Finish Line, thank God. But now, we'll see what happens in the coming months because there's some stuff I want. So
yeah,
I always need that money off. I can't use no military connection or no lifelines or none of that. So I'm out here thugging it. Thugging, man. It's painful.
Man, yeah, those when you can save some money though, especially if it's like you save money because you spend money, it's like it works out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then with everything else, it's like when stuff sits, it can be unpredictable. Because I've seen some stuff that I thought wasn't going to move, and then it's just gone.
Yep. I promised LeBron's that just happened to me. Last month or whatever. I was just waiting on them to go on sale. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get them I promises, the breads or the infrareds, whatever you want to call them, and them schwack hammers. I was waiting. I was like, I'm gonna get all 3 of them 17s, but I'm gonna try to get them for cheap. Magically, the schwack hammers sold out. The I promise vanished.
That
bread's still out. I just need them cheap.
Because yeah, I remember when the schwack hammers, like, because I saw those and like, even when I'm not really looking to get something, I'll often still go to the Nike site like maybe like 10 minutes later just to see what it's looking like.
Indeed.
And I was on there like a few minutes later. Okay, they're in stock. Like, this would be worth picking up because like I know this price is gonna go up later when the movie comes out. And I closed the window or something, and then all of a sudden they're gone later. And it's like price of like 4 something like that, you know. I'm like,
stupid. I was like, man, so it sat for like I think a day or two, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm good. It ain't really moving like that. My size still lit up. We straight. Like the next day, money was like, I think these schwack hammers might sold out, and I was like, what? And I jumped up there, and I was like, oh, damn, man.
Yeah, it's just the craziest thing. Like, you can look at all kinds of trends and whatnot, but I mean, I guess if you want to play it safe, you just got to buy everything and just remember, all right, you got 45 days to return it.
For sure. That's why I just stick to shoes that I really want for my collection, shoes that I'm planning to keep, and whatever. I quit trying to. I used to try to do the little flip thing and buy this and buy that, but then I realized a lot of the stuff that I like don't really be doing huge numbers. So rather than taking these gambles and being stuck with something that I don't really like, it's like, man, I'm gonna just stick to my guns, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I did some quick turnarounds before, like, was it the Shadow ones, right? Yeah, because like I won on 2 raffles, Finish Line and Foot Locker. I mean, Foot Action and Foot Locker. So when I went down there, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up both of them. And I looked on StockX when I was at the mall picking them up, and it's like, okay, $235 was about the average price. So I put one pair up for $235, walked to the other store to like pick up the other pair. By the time I got there, bid accepted, or seller or somebody's buying it, whatever it says,
Indeed.
So I was like, all right, cool. That'll offset the cost of me buying mine.
For sure. Any money saved is good money saved, no matter how it's saved. For sure.
Yeah, they did have a very lackluster set.
Yeah, that was definitely
it was. They had a lot of lasers though when Seth Rollins came out. I was like, is that all you guys got?
You could tell that they were in the performance center. Yeah. I mean, we already knew that though, but
right. Because I remember seeing stuff where they were like, yeah, we're gonna try to give you a good feel for the show to like, so it can still feel like WrestleMania. It's like, doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. Not happening.
You got a whole set for Taker's match, and all you did was put stuff on the Titantron for the actual show.
Because, like, man, like, it was so bad, like, in a way, like, when you compare other WrestleManias or in, like, those entrances, even the people that aren't really top notch, whatever, like, even the entrances they got was just so much better.
I mean, I think at Mania, everybody expects the 20-minute intro from everybody.
Yeah. You know, because you have somebody like Undertaker who already takes 20 minutes, but when you see him, he's got a ponytail, man. Like, I don't know why I never noticed it before, but
yeah, you've been riding this ponytail,
man. Distracting.
It is. It is.
Like, yeah, so you look at it and you see, okay, like he's gonna get out there, he's gonna do this, and it's cool, you know what I mean? Like when you see it actually happening, see all these huge fireworks and all that stuff because they don't do that on normal shows anymore, and you're just like you get so into the moment. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But then you go and you see this, and it's like Undertaker didn't even. This, I guess, the only year he didn't do an entrance at all.
Yeah, hell, they spent the setup for that match was better than the setup for the show.
Yeah,
but let everybody fight outside. Fuck it. That's what you're doing for those matches.
Yeah, I mean, who was it? Roddy Piper and Goldust. They had a backlot brawl. It worked out fine for them.
Indeed.
Whenever that was.
That's wild.
But yeah, it just wasn't the same at all. You know what I mean? It just didn't even feel like none of the matches felt like, man, like I really want to see what's gonna happen here. It's like, is this gonna be the new era of Stone Cold Steve Austin? Or is DX gonna do this? It's like, nope. You're just looking at it like, man, I hope Goldberg loses.
Yo, I was telling E-Money that they was gonna botch this show, man, because you handing Vince McMahon something pre-recorded, something's gonna go wrong. Like it's not gonna be the same. And that's why I really want to see it. This particular WrestleMania, these 2 days, this will probably be one of the most talked about WrestleManias for a long time, just because.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, like every other one had. I mean, sure, some of them were kind of throwaways or whatever, but they at least all had some kind of moment. You know what I mean? Definitely. And Shawn Michaels was there. You could count on there at least being a good match somewhere on the card.
Yep.
But when you look at the overalls of some of them, yeah, people like, I didn't really like WrestleMania, whatever. So, all right, cool. Nobody did.
Indeed.
But this was good.
Yeah.
Then I look at some of the older ones like 13, 14, 10, the ones like the first ones that I saw and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. 3? Was it 3 that had Macho Man and I don't know, Ricky the Dragon?
I thought 3 was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Well, it might have been on the same thing, but
might have been
either way, like whatever one that was, because that was. I remember watching that Steamboat and Savage match and thinking, like, man, this is amazing. And now, like, if I think about those older matches, like people back in those days, they were doing a lot less than your average person is doing now, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, you can still watch those matches and get into them, and into a lot of them anyway.
Oh yeah.
And there's stuff that I see now. It's like, all right, I'm done with this. If I never saw this again, I would be okay.
Yeah, I was backtracking one of them WrestleManias last week, and D'Lo Brown and somebody else started off the show. Like, they gave you pre-show matches, but even watching D'Lo Brown fight whoever he was fighting, it was still better than this pre-show shit that you're giving me now. It's like,
yeah, like he was saying about the like I'll make you famous thing. Like I don't remember why he was saying that, but I remember him saying that.
Oh, Taker.
Yeah. Because I think that was when he was that when he was around the time when he was going up against like, was that like the 02-ish era maybe? I don't know.
I might erase that from my Rolodex because
That was I kind of faded out of the picture for was like after ECW ended and WCW ended, I kind of fell out of it a little bit, and then I didn't really get. I would still watch like the pay-per-views once in a while, just to see what was going on with that. So I was like, you know what, this will sum everything up. But I didn't really get back into it like full speed or whatever until WrestleMania 2010. So is that 26? I feel like it's 26. Where Undertaker and Shawn Michaels round 2.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, like if you buy a ticket to come on out here and visit, like I'll buy you a ticket to WrestleMania because it's gonna be here where I live." I'm like,
I need your friends.
I was like, yeah, like of course, like yeah. It's like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, streak versus career. Yes,
for sure.
Of course, I'm gonna be there for that.
No doubt.
I don't remember anything else. Well, the only other thing I remember about that night was Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, which was exactly what people would expect.
The Glory Show.
But yeah, I went out for that, and so before that, like a couple weeks before, I was like, let me start watching Raw again and see what's going on. And that was when CM Punk was feuding with Kevin Nash for some reason.
Oh, wow. You'll find a way, boy. Those writers, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Though I will say,
yeah, go ahead.
When CM Punk was feuding with The Undertaker, I do wish I'd been watching then because that looked like it was pretty good when I saw like the highlights or whatever. Because it was after Paul Bearer died.
Yeah, CM Punk had some great feuds, man.
I mean, he was. I remember that, but yeah, CM Punk was something else. Like he had, you could tell he was like just on a whole nother level when he was in there, just his demeanor and everything.
Definitely.
That was definitely one upset dude though, that's for sure.
Yeah,
to just walk out like that.
He was the Kobe of WWE. Back when Kobe was being a crybaby Kobe, if you remember the crybaby Kobe days.
But he walked out, and it's like the crazy thing is like he walked out on them, and then like the fans were like, man, like go apologize to him, get him back.
I watched that whole shoot live, man, with the whole cutting the mic off and all that.
Oh yeah, the pipe bomb.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I couldn't believe they let him talk so long before they cut it off. Like, man, he was out there. Like, come on, boy, what are you doing?
This question: favorite diva of all time. If we're going with who was active in the diva era, I might lean towards Alicia Fox in some ways, but Chyna was probably the best overall because she was actually like a real deal performer.
Man, I'm a diehard Beth Phoenix fan.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I was real big on Trish Stratus. I don't know if I could pick a tops though, but like a top.
Yeah, I just thought Alicia Fox was entertaining, but
I'm surprised she's still active. Like she's been working.
Yeah, for years. Because like I remember there was a match a while ago where someone was like, "Oh, the veteran Alicia Fox," and I'm like, "She is not." Okay.
Yeah, she's. I mean, hadn't aged a day. I don't know what she.
And that's like, who was it? Mickie James. Like when she came back, I was like, "Huh." Like never really noticed her before, but now I see why she stayed relevant.
Yeah, I used to like Mickey James, man. She was never like top tier in my mind, but she used to come out in the little cowgirl shorts and the shirt. Yeah, I was cool with that. I was cool with that.
I was just talking to somebody at work like a couple of weeks ago or something about. Oh yeah, I remember Lita. Lita got her start with S.A. Rios.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, before that, she was one of the Godfather's hoes. So there's that too.
A lot of hoes walk that train, man. A lot of hoes walk that train.
But yeah, I was talking about like how I was watching it was like Royal Rumble like 2000 or something like that. And they're having just normal matches, and then out of nowhere, it's like, all right, next up we had a 6-woman bra and panties kiddie pool match. It's like what? It's like we got the cat. It's like the cat.
When puppies was popping off, the whole puppy movement.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Deborah's there, and like then of course like there's all you watch any pay-per-view in that couple years, like you're gonna see some women's names that you do not remember.
Indeed.
Like they were relevant for 2 months and disappeared.
I mean, they ran through so many girls though, man. Like just female talent in general.
Yeah. I remember who was that girl? Like Nydia? It was with like Jamie Noble. It's like she just came and gone.
I always think about the girl that used to wear the black lace pants all the time. They were like stockings. She was a dark-haired chick. I can't ever remember her name. And the other Hispanic lady, she used to wear the like business suits. Her name was like Eva something.
Mendez? Was that her name?
No, man, that's an actress. Real life actress.
2 names came to mind. One was Eva Marie, and I'm like, it's not her.
God, she used to wear the glasses and them business suits, man. She was I can't remember her name from the. I should call my brother and ask him. Like, hey man, what's his place name? Didn't know it off the top of his head. Snap her finger. And I'm gonna have to look it up. I want to say her name was Eva something, man. I think she ended up getting fired, I believe, or she just quit. She might have just walked out and said the hell with it. But them two, they were wow.
Because like, yeah, I'm sure like even for me, like when I was watching some of those old things, it's like I look at these names or I look at these people and I'm like, who was like I'll see the person, I'm like, I remember her, but I have no idea who she is. But yeah, exactly. It's like it was like Eddie Gordo and Tekken 3, right? Like
that's crazy, man. That match in itself was a waste of time. I feel bad for Bray Wyatt at the end of the day for that to play out like that.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Bray.
I mean, if they had a huge thing planned, okay, but which I assume they didn't, right? Because like, so when you watch like, and I'm guessing you're probably not a big New Japan guy, right?
I know very few people. I've seen it, but I don't follow it like I follow everything else.
So like their buildups are crazy. Like their WrestleMania is in January, right? It's Wrestle Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And they have been building that thing since last Wrestle Kingdom. Wow. So like all the big culminations of things, title changes and whatnot, even like Naito winning the belt, that goes back like 5 years or something, like him building up to that moment with some other stuff thrown in there. Uh-huh. So like if you're looking for something that's going to have some stories and like some longevity to it and the matches are going to make sense, mm-hmm. They totally got that knocked nailed down easily. Because I didn't realize it until like I started paying them attention. Like, man, this is. Now I see why so-and-so lost this match like last June. It's like now it's all coming together.
Yeah, my pops is real big in the New Japan and Wild Women of Wrestling. And he used to like, watch Ring of Honor religiously. He's super seasoned. I dream to be. Well, it's just certain stuff that I just can't sit through. It's like, man, look.
Yeah, I tried to get into Ring of Honor, right? And there's nothing against it. The only thing was just that, like, you know how when you're new to something, like you need to see it enough times to get it like really in your head to watch it. It was like that, and it just didn't click for me. I did go to one of their TV tapings once though.
Really?
And that was because they're based out of Vegas. So they were doing a lot of shows out at, I forget what the name of the place was, but I was out there for a work thing. And so I saw, all right, it's a $30, $20 TV taping of Ring of Honor. So I figured, you know what? Why not? Let's go see what that's all about. So I go there thinking it's just going to be like, like a 2-hour show or something like that. Maybe hour and a half. Because like I know the show is only an hour, but I thought maybe they'd do some stuff before or after or something. No, they taped 4 weeks worth of TV. And I was like, man, like, so this is going to be like a 4-hour show that I'm here for now. Like, which was cool. Like the value of it was fine, but when you're mentally prepared to be somewhere for an hour and you have some other things that you're going to try and do later, that throws it all off.
Definitely.
But I heard that they kind of going through some rebuilding or whatever, because I guess some different management ideas and all this stuff, but they got some good names over there though, from what I remember.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ring of Honor in a long time.
Because because I know a lot of people, like, they were huge a few years ago, because all the people who left there, that's where they got Kevin Owens, and I think Seth Rollins was there before that he got there. CM Punk, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Then you got like the Young Bucks and all that thing. They were all over there. But now it's like AEW and Japan is what you watch if you want some better action.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to catch it, man, and expand my palette a little bit, just to promote conversation and dialogue.
Yeah.
My peers,
Yeah, man.
I'd like to get this to have like a whole panel, man, just like a whole bunch of them. Maybe not maxed out at 6, but 3 or 4. We all watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'll see what the next New Japan show is, because if I can use my account in 2 places, because I have one like the New Japan Network, I just let you get the password, and then we can just watch that and talk about it.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the whole thing, kind of like with WrestleMania, because like there's our
Yeah, I'm not.
lengthy.
We've been up here for 2.5 hours total on accident.
Jesus.
I'm not the whole event now. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. We'll jump to the like the main 2 matches, or like maybe like just look at what time it's gonna end, watch like the last hour or something, and call it a day.
Once it starts picking up, then that's when I usually go live. I don't think I've ever done a whole event though, but yeah, I'm with it, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll have to look that up and get back with you though.
Yeah. Anyway, I got camera lady looking at me crazy, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down before I get shanked.
Can't have that.
I got videos to upload.
Yeah. Oh shit, I got one to do in the morning, don't I?
Oh yeah, you do actually.
No, I got my third quarter. That's the last one I did. I got my first quarter pickup video that I'm planning to do tomorrow. I don't know if you do it before or after the live thing though.
You say you had Kicks for Fresh, and who else going with you?
DB Kicks.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Really?
You
probably seen them pass through or whatever,
What's the DB stand for? Does that stand for Doughboy?
What's his name? Darius? I forget. It's his initials.
I'm gonna have to check. I have to check my subscriptions and see if I've been over there.
But I mean, either way, I'm sure his name is probably or his videos have probably at least passed through your screen at some point, because you know how it is. Like, even if you don't subscribe to somebody, you'll still see their stuff pop up.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Yeah, I'll be in there tomorrow anyway, man. I'll check you out. You already.
I appreciate it. Should be around 1, because we, kind of pushing back just a little bit this time around.
That's cool, man. At any rate, bro, I appreciate you stopping. And
I appreciate you for letting me jump in here like that.
I promote dialogue of all kinds. know what I'm saying? It's hard up here by yourself, man, trying to critique a damn wrestling show. Man. You need backup.
Especially when there's a lot to cover.
Yeah. So
all right, man. I'll let you get your night closed up and everything.
All right, bro.
All right, I'll catch up with you later, though.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah. And I appreciate all y'all for stopping through, man. Coming through the live, chilling out, hanging out with your boy for 2 hours and some change. I don't know how that happened, but it did. But we'll be back tomorrow, man. Tomorrow we got WrestleMania Part 2, and who has the heat? The second battle to make up the battle from last week. So it's definitely gonna be going down. It's definitely gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be getting in. So tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. And I got to work in the morning, so I can't, not tomorrow morning, but Monday morning. So I can't be up here like I was tonight or whatnot. But appreciate everybody, man. And another 24 hours, we'll probably be back again.